see the Army showed up today.
Army would. Army
I
boss.
wasn't sure the Army was going to show up, but the Navy's here. I like that. And looks like we got a couple of future Navy guys right here on the left. Future, that's the men's department of the Navy. Men's department of the Navy. I love it. Hey guys,
And the Air Force is here too. Air Force is here too.
Yeah, really.
never heard of it. Anyway, hell. And I'm going to talk about that because my daughter just became an Air Force officer about a year ago. Virginia Tech grad. Hey guys, so my name is Mike Van Meter, and if you haven't heard, we have an election coming up here on November 5th. Are you guys aware of this? November 5th. But you know, I say that because actually a lot of people aren't paying attention. You got to remember, most of us live and breathe politics. We live and breathe what's going on with the government. Most people out here actually don't. They really don't. And the state election that we had last year, only about 35%, I want you to listen to this, 35% of registered Republicans showed up. Only about 35%. With all of this stuff that we had going on in Loudoun County, in this despicable Commonwealth's attorney in Desano, and all of the school board issues, all these issues we had going on, 35% of us even showed up. Okay? That's ridiculous. But when General Bob Wood talks about this, everybody voting, every veteran votes, it's not just you voting, but it's you getting out and being a force multiplier and getting everybody else to vote as well. We cannot sit this out, can we? We cannot. Because what's at stake? What's at stake? If Kamala Harris becomes President of the United States, that means she's Commander-in-Chief. For every veteran in here, for every person that's active duty in here, for every person in here that has a child on active duty, as I do, that should scare the living hell out of you. It should. Most of you have been on the receiving end of some of the dumb ideas of what our politicians put out. But they're voted in office, and elections matter. And we have such a small percentage of turnout. We have to change that. Now, in Northern Virginia, which is where I'm running in the 11th, the only thing I can say in the 11th district is, thank God I'm not the 8th district. My friend Jerry Torres up here probably has a harder job than I do. The 11th is a very, very difficult district. And I hear this all the time. You know, when I decided to run, there were many people who said, why are you even bothering? No Republican can win in the 11th district of Virginia. I said, well, first of all, I don't know who you are, but I'm a veteran. I was a military man. I was a Navy pilot. And when you're out over the Atlantic and you got the red T handle on a fire, right? Do you want a pilot that's up there saying, oh my God, we're on fire, we're going to die? Maybe in the Air Force that's acceptable. Maybe in the Air Force, you just kind of give up. But in the Navy, you say, thank God. This is your lucky day. You have a naval aviator up front. They make movies about us. And we're going to get on the deck, and you're going to be all right. Okay? The Marines maybe too, but they're naval aviators, by the way. So that's the attitude that you have to have. The one sure way to not win an election is to not put somebody in the election, which we didn't do up here in the Commonwealth race. That's how you don't win elections. But once you have somebody in, you're in to win, and we can win. General Wood actually talked about that, and he talked about how we are not showing up. What I'm finding in Northern Virginia is we've tapped out, we've given up, we've assumed that the Democrats will win. I will point out that Pat Harry, who's on the Board of Supervisors, is a Republican, and actually lives in Springfield, where I live.
He's a member of AVV too.
He is a member of AVV. And we are going to win because we have to win. There's too much at stake in the world. This world is about to catch on fire. It is.